Hi, Michelle. Hi, Jim. Just give me a second here to get my video up so I can see your comments. Hi, Abraham. Let's see, who else do we have? Hi, Jen. Hi, Marva. Hello again, Jim. If I can get my camera. Jeez. Okay. All right. Hi, Crystal.
At Schwann's Home Delivery, we deliver delicious, high-quality frozen.
Hi, Vicky. Hi, Chris. All right, make sure you go to live chat, please. And hi, Melissa. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Love. Thank you all for jumping on tonight. I really appreciate it. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Gail. Hi, Candace. Happy Tuesday. Hi, T. Hi, Michelle. Okay. I just want to say that I have been receiving some super sweet birthday cards in the mail already. So thank you, everyone who already sent a birthday card to me. I really appreciate it. You guys are so sweet. Love you all very much. It's always fun to get happy mail from you all. I like sending you happy mail too, but I definitely enjoy the birthday wishes. It's sweet. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Bobby. How are you? How's everyone doing tonight? Yeah, I'm so glad to be on live tonight. We've got some really interesting stamps this month from Technique Junkies. Hi, Lynn. They are eclectic. There's not a theme like it was last month. Last month was definitely the birthday month. This month it's just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And some of my cards I actually pulled in some of my cards. I pulled in some of my old stamps as well. Thank you, Bobby. Yep, oh, wouldn't that be a nice place to be right now, T? Yep, every first of the month I'll do a live because I want to show you the new release from Technique Junkies. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We have today's card, which if you watched my video this morning, I had this video go up today at 8 o'clock. Yes, don't forget to go. Hey, Nancy. This one is super cute. Oh, there, I said it already. Drink. This one has the elephant family. So I love elephants. This is my favorite, I think, stamp for the month. Well, it's one of my favorite stamps for the month. I just want to show you. So this is obviously a slimline stamp, but you could use it on an A2 card. You just wouldn't be able to fit the entire elephant family together. Well, good for you, Marva. Okay, so we've got our elephant family. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Chow. Oh, baby. Baby's getting to pull herself up, and soon she'll be gliding from surface to surface, right? She's learning to crawl a little bit. She's definitely keeping her mommy busy. So, have a good look at this. I really like the line art that this stamp, it's not silhouette. You can actually see the sort of the wrinkles in the elephant. You can see their eyes and their tusks. So I do like that about this stamp. Hi, Melanie. And of course, you don't have to color anything. You just need gray ink, right? And it just does all the work for you. I like that about this stamp. Thanks, Jody. Hi, Donna. So what I did, I took the elephant stamp, and then this is also a new stamp this month. It's a sentiment. Family is everything. It's a nice size sentiment. And use some pan pastels to create this sunset background. I used a mask and put the mask on the card, then used pan pastels. Oh my goodness, Cynthia. Did you think about me with my BB gun? and squirrels. Oh, that's great, Chris. I'm glad you were able to get this one. Anyway, so I should have had them, what I should have done was put a little brown on underneath their feet so that they would be actually, you know, grounded. But this little guy is a little bit more forward than the others. He's sort of walking a little bit lower to the ground than they are. So the idea being that, oh, thank you, Cheryl. The sentiment goes really well with it. I'm going to grab a piece of slimline panel here that I've already cut. It's already pre-cut. And I'm going to grab some Catherine Pooler ink. By the way, can you all hear me okay this time? I made sure that my Bluetooth was disconnected completely. That's where I got in trouble last time. Yep, I can still ground them. Yep. I got, last time we did a live, I don't know, I was doing my Technique Junkies unboxing, and everybody said they're just having a hard time hearing me. Here I had been using my Bluetooth earbuds, and so my phone was trying to connect to the Bluetooth earbuds. So I'll just have to be more careful. I'll just have to be more careful. Wait, this is a card base. I want to get a panel. Oh. Okay. Okay, so this is a panel. I just want to stamp this real quick. All right, so. All right, Candace, thank you. Thanks, everyone. I'm glad it sounds good this time. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp this. I just want to show you up close, sort of the, you know, with red rubber stamps, you get such great detail. All right, I'm going to lay this right here. Now, actually, put them so that the the elephant family is as straight across as I can. I'm not going to do where I stamp with my acetate first, not this time. So I'm going to use blackjack. Yeah, that would look nice, T. Yeah, any kind of tribal background, palm trees. Lots of possibilities. All right. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to show. Show a little bit more of that detail. So, can you see that? Turn my other light on. Whoops, lights. Lights would help. Isn't that nice? Look at that. I love this stamp. Hi, Carly. We are showing off the elephant family up close and personal. Just want you to see that line art. Such fine details. Yeah, exactly. Look at those little, you can see their toes. So the stamp is a slim line. Let me grab my ruler and measure it for you. First, let me wipe off the ink. Yeah, Carly, that is my favorite stamp of this month. I like it a lot. All right. Oh, well, I can measure it. Duh. So let's measure it. All right. So from baby elephant trunk to baby elephant tail, it is 7.5 inches long. Okay. Are they toes? Well, I'm not sure. To me, they are. It's not really that tall. I mean, I would say, you know, the tallest elephant is only 1 3/4 an inch, almost 2 inches. So, hi, Star. All right, so now you got to see how that one looks stamped. Super nice, right? All right, I'm gonna clean my stamp off before I put it back away. I think for my card I used Versa Fine Clair Nocturne ink, but it could have been Catherine Puller. Either one works great. All right, so here's the deal. All the new release stamps are on sale, 15% off until March the 8th. There's also a Gotta Have It All bundle, and if you like all of the stamps, you can get them all for 20% off if you buy the entire new release. I have that linked in the description box below. Hopefully that you can see that. Yep, it's there. You can see. Now, if you just want to buy like one of the new release stamps and you don't want to buy the whole, you don't have to worry about a coupon code for these new release stamps. What I'm trying to say is the system will automatically bring you up at 15% off your entire order for all new release stamps between March 1st and 8th. Now, if you see a previous release stamp that you like, then you want to use my code TJ10Tracy and you'll get 10% off. That's for previously released stamps. But here's the secret. If you only buy new release stamps and you don't use my code, the owner doesn't know that you learned about the stamps through me. So she suggests that you put in the comments that you heard about it from me. And then I'll get credit for that sale. Okay? So my only request is that you mention that in your purchasing if you do order anything. Yeah, so I just trimmed it down. I put a black card mat underneath, and that made a very cute slimline card. All right, so that's our elephant family. Then switching gears, we have praying hands, and this is another one. Yeah, just in black and white, it looks great. This is another one I wanted to stamp out real quick. I made sympathy cards, and I put a little bit of work in it, like as far as my level of commitment to this card, right? What I did was I have an old book that I got from the library. I tore a page out of the book, and then I crumpled it up. And then I smoothed it out, and I used vintage photo paper. And then I just brushed the vintage photo paper over that old book page. I used my decal trimmer to trim all the edges of that paper. I then used my decal trimmer to trim a matte layer, which is that cream colored cardstock. I stamped it on cream colored cardstock. And then I used vintage photo ink or Catherine Pooler ink, one of the brown inks. It doesn't matter, anything. I used that for stamping. And I just fussy cut the praying hands. And then I used an old stamp, well, not old, but a previously released stamp. This is one of my favorite of all time. This is the 2 set. It's a previous release, so it's not new. It's called Difficult Time Set of 2. And I used the sentiment, thinking of you during this difficult time. That's what I stamped. Yep, and I made 2 of those. So this one has a lighter color brown ink, probably that lighter color Catherine Pooler ink. Icing on the cake, I think might be the lightest color. No, Sandcastle. Sorry, Sandcastle. And this is a darker brown ink, which might be icing on the cake. You can see the difference there. But I wanted to stamp it with gray and then stamp a sentiment directly over it. And let's see how that looks. Because I saw a couple other members of the design team. And you notice my praying hands are straight up and down. They're like straight up and down. I'm going to put them at an angle. And we'll see how that looks, okay? Let's try it. Okay. Seriously, I cut out a bunch of card panels, and I have them in my little file here. Ugh. All right, well, whatever. All right, let's go ahead and put these aside. Yeah, they're both different. One has a darker, but let me show you. Like I said, this is not I can't claim this was something that I thought of, but I saw somebody else on the design team do this. So they took a light gray ink. So I'm going to use Twilight. Hey, Sandy. Thanks for jumping on, Sandy. All right, let's go ahead and just use this Twilight ink. Now, you see how that's in the background, right? It's not really that pronounced, okay? Now we're going to take a sentiment and stamp right over top of that. Okay, so it kind of reminds me of, and this is going to sound a little bit strange for some people, but if you've ever been to a funeral before and you go to the funeral home and they give you sort of like a small little program about the person who had passed away, you'll see this image a lot right there, okay? So I think it's very, very nice for a sympathy card. Now, I have a sentiment from a previous release. Okay, we're not going to use, this one is a smaller sentiment, but I have a larger sentiment. Okay, let me find it here. Now looking. Okay, here it is. Okay. Oh, I just found my card panels. Okay. Okay, in memory and in celebration of someone who made this world a brighter and better place. And then it's got 2 stamps And then the inside sentiment says, with deepest sympathy in this time of loss. This one is called Brighter and Better Place. So what I thought I would do, and like I said, this is not my idea. We're going to stamp right over top of the praying hands with a dark black ink. Okay. So I'll grab my Catherine Polar black midnight ink, archival ink. I don't know where it is. I've got the Versa Fine Clair. Well, so let's just use Versa Fine Clair because I can't find my Catherine Polar archival ink at the moment. I think that looks really nice. And it's very classy looking. Classy. Hi, Mary. All right. And we could put a black matte or a gray matte underneath that. Make an A2 size card. Super easy to create. Doesn't take very long. And then you have a very nice sympathy card. Okay, so try not to smear my ink here. Thanks, Cynthia. Thank you, Cheryl. And, you know, the best time to make sympathy cards is when you're not on your way to a funeral. Having them in your stash and ready. Just on a day when you aren't, you know, suffering from your own grief would be a good time. Obviously, you know, making a sympathy card can make you feel your grief all over again. But my point is that having them in supply and handy in your craft room, ready to go, would be far better than, you know, struggling around the last minute to pull one together. And again, it's that, well, thanks, Abraham. It's that nice detail to the line art, I think, that really makes this, just really makes this stand out very well. I would trim this down even further, put a black mat around it or a gray mat around it, but I'm hanging it on there, showing it to you so that you can see what it looks like with that background to it. Yeah, you could do it in sepia colors. That would look nice. Yeah. Yeah, Cynthia, for sure. I mean, I like to have them ready to go. When I make one, I make 10. Because if I, you know, have to put myself through making a whole bunch of them, you know, it's just sad. But we can comfort those that we love who have lost a loved one by giving them a handmade card. And they're going to know that we care about them when we give them something that's something that we create ourselves, right? Okay, hi Pam. So moving on, dogwood, all right? So how many of you are familiar with the dogwood flower? Oh, Candace. I hope so too, my dear. Yeah, Dogwood Flower. This is Blooming Dogwood Blossom. And I paired this with the Welcome Sentiment, which is new this month. And I created 2 different cards. Okay, it's North Carolina's flower. All right, I didn't know that. So a lot of times dogwoods, you'll see them come out, I guess, in the spring. I'm not sure, but a lot of times they're coming out around Easter. And the tips of them are pink. And so if you look at it, it does remind people of the cross. So this one has 5 blossoms, petals, but most of them, I guess, have 4. So if you were to look at this with only 4 petals, it just reminds you of a cross, all right? So many people will look to dogwood around Easter time, how the 4 petals remind them of the cross, and then the pink on the tips is the blood, and then in the middle there's this crown. So that's just one of the sort of religious connotations that a dogwood tree or a blossom has to it. But also, it also is many times used in memorial or for remembrance a lot of times. So my sister's grave has dogwood flowers etched into the plate. Hers is a flat plate because it is hers on one side and then her husband on the other. He's still alive, but hers is on the one side, and hers has dogwood and hummingbirds. So yeah, so you can see the dogwood used, you know, on different occasions for different reasons. But I wanted to make a welcome, sort of like welcome to your new home. I don't know. Welcome to the office. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the FSC. Hi, Laura Ann. But what I did was I just used my gold embossing powder, and I used Corrine markers and some water on a water paintbrush. Really, it was just a paintbrush. And that's it. Nothing fancy, but pretty. I like the cream cardstock because they're very light colored flowers, and many times they're white, but you can also see pink as well when it comes to dogwood. So yeah, that is my card for, I made 2 cards using the Dogwood Blossom and the Welcome. And the second one I made with ink blending. Again, I use gold embossing powder, and I ink blended some Catherine Pooler inks, I think Tiara and Tiki Torch. And then it was just too bright. I just felt like it was too, I don't know, like yellow, for lack of a better word. It was blinding, right? So I used Shimmering Bliss Spray, and I used Dazzle Shimmering Bliss Spray, and that definitely helped to tone it down a little bit so it wasn't so bright. It was like Mountain Dew color bright, right? And it was pretty gaudy. I'm not going to lie to you. But, you know, I was already halfway done making the card, and I thought, I am not throwing this away. I'm going to persevere. I am going to get this card made. So I just put some gold gems and some gold foil background. And then we have a much calmer version of my original Mountain Dew yellow card. Okay. Those Catherine Pooler inks can be super bright. Okay. Okay, this is another sympathy style card. And this is it then. After this, there's no more sympathy cards, by the way. This one says, Those We Love. The name of the stamp is called Those We Love. I do like the sentiment on this one. It says, Those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day. Unseen, unheard, but always near. Still loved, still missed, and very dear. Okay. I'm not sure what kind of flower that is, but it doesn't really matter what kind of flower it is. I went ahead and I heat embossed the entire stamp. So it's one stamp. It's not two. And yeah, yellow is a welcoming color. You're right, Pam. Thank you, Mary. What I did was I took an unusual color for many. You know, when you're thinking of a sympathy card, you probably don't think of this, but I used Tutti Frutti. But I just tried to ink blend the outside of my panel. I tried not to go in the middle. And if I did go in the middle, it was just sparingly, just to just try to make a spotlight. That's really all I was doing. And then I thought, again, Tracy, with the bold colors, like a sympathy card with this bold, like almost red, what were you thinking? Well, then I thought, you know, oh, Candace, I'm sorry. I am going to be moving on from sympathy cards after this. I'm sorry, Candace. But then I thought, let's see if you have any pattern paper. So I pulled out some pattern paper that had these real pretty, like poppy flowers, which this does remind me of the color of a poppy almost. And then I just put some black gems, and that was it. It was super easy to create. You could do a lot of variations on this. There's a lot that can be done with this. I feel like I just scratched the surface, but I don't know what kind of flower that is. I don't know if any of you notice or recognize that kind of flower, or is it just abstract flower? Yeah, that could be it too. Some kind of herb. Yeah, could be. Yeah, I don't know. Like thistle, maybe. That could be it. Could be thistle. Yeah. So again, it just felt to me like a lot of things that I started to create with, I almost chucked it. And I thought, no, you can make this work. Just, you know, think of other ways to make it. Okay, Mary, that might be what it is. By the way, hello, Mary. I didn't get to say hi to you. It could be thistle. So it's a unique card. A little different, right? Hi, Melody. Welcome back. So moving from that to some Asian themed stamps. Again, and using pattern paper to create the finishing touch. This is Japanese crane. All right. So we've got the bamboo and two cranes. Yeah. And some Japanese handwriting. The first one I heat embossed with gold embossing powder. And I used a gold matte layer. And then, I don't know if you guys recognize this paper, but this is some older Stampin' Up! Paper. Nancy actually used it recently in one of her videos. About a month or so ago. And I thought it tied in really well. And I think it looks great with this gold embossed crane card. All occasions. Could be good luck. Could be hello friend. Could be happy birthday. I left it blank. Oh, I did finish the inside. I took a piece of that pattern paper and a piece of very thinly cut gold foil and foil cardstock and just finished off the inside. So I really like how that one turned out. Okay. And then we have the silver sister. So if we've got gold, we're going to have silver. And this one has the same cranes, this time with silver embossing and silver matte layer, and of course purple floral Those are lotus flowers, I believe. That pattern paper. It's very impressionistic. So, don't know what the sentiment means. Does anybody know? I will hold it up closer to the screen. Let me hold it up. I don't know if any of you know anything about Japanese language, but let me hold this up. Okay, so there you go. If anybody can look at that and tell us what that might mean. There you go. Okay, so I do like this stamp. I like the cranes. And you know, right now, Stampin' Up, Nancy has all that beautiful pattern paper with the cranes and the bamboo and everything. I just thought that this stamp would look really pretty with that paper. Oh, thanks everyone. All right. Thanks. So pretty. We have a stork next. So we've got some aviary themed, right? Aviary theme going on here. We have small packages. It says, good things come in small packages. This is from Technique Junkies, Laura Ann. Okay, so we have the crane. And what I did was I used silver embossing powder for the crane. And then I took the Colorful Life Designs cloud edger and I just put clouds around the crane. The ink that I used was Oh Boy from Catherine Pooler. And then I just had some pattern paper in my stash that was, I think, gender neutral for a baby. In case you are going to a baby shower, not sure what the gender is. Of course, you can change it to be pink or blue or whatever color you want it to be, but just using your pattern papers. And then inside sentiment is, congratulations on your sweet bundle of joy. I do like the font. Isn't that pretty? Congratulations on your sweet bundle of joy. Very fancy. So we've got the outside, this stamp is called Small Packages, and inside we got Bundle of Joy. Yep, I think this is a nice one for a baby. And I don't know, another nice looking bird card. Now, another Asian type theme. This one is the Asian Bamboo Garden. So it's a background stamp. It has, I guess, the bamboo flowers. And I'm not sure what color bamboo flowers are. I didn't look it up to think about it, but you could really make them any color that you want. Hi, Diana. Thank you, Laura Ann. I recognize, obviously, the bamboo leaves of a bamboo plant. Like, I have one that's in a small container that I keep on my windowsill. And sometimes the flowers are white, but I don't know if they come in different colors. I'm not really sure. So what I did was I used, oh, Candace, I'm sorry. I said that was the end of the sympathy cards, but I forgot I made 2 more. I used my VersaFine Claire inks. Not my Catherine Pooler inks, but VersaFine Claire. I used Golden Meadow, which I thought that was a nice color for bamboo. I don't know. I used Golden Meadow for this one. And then, what's the one called? Green Oasis. That's it. That reminds me of bamboo as well. Green Oasis. And then from my previous release, this one is called Light Remains. And it says, there are some who bring a light so great to the world that even after they have gone, the light remains. What I did was, okay, verdant. Thank you. Yes. I used this die set that I have that creates a sort of a notched, it's also stitched and it's notched. So the rectangle is one set. It's by Elizabeth Craft, and then there's also square. So I just made 2 matching cards that use similar colors of cardstock, but definitely green. So I know Jerry likes green, and if those of you that green is your favorite color, there you go, you've got it. You could put any sentiment on this stamp. It doesn't have to be a sympathy. And you could also take our cranes with the Japanese cranes. You could even stamp them on the front. I thought about doing that, but I'll do that. I will probably do that at some point this month. So I thought that would look nice together too. Taking the Japanese crane and then just cutting that out and using that with the Asian bamboo garden. Okay. Oh, Cynthia. Oh, you made a card with that verse. Okay. Aw. Yeah, I like that verse. So that's definitely a very nice one that's available through Technique Junkies. Not part of the new release, but I like the font. I definitely think it's very classy. Okay. Now, put these away. Okay, so I'm sorry about your loss, Cynthia. Now we've got some cheerful cards. The Zen Edges. Okay, so when you have this style of stamp, you do have a lot you can do with it. Now these don't match. They don't match up or anything like that. It's not like a mandala or anything like that. It's 2 separate styles, 2 separate designs. The idea being that when you stamp these, you can leave a space in between. So like say you were going like this. Okay, you can stamp that and then leave a space in between for your sentiment. So for this one, that's exactly what I did. I stamped the larger section on top, the smaller section on bottom, and then I stamped I Believe in You. Then I ink blended with Catherine Pooler inks, which was all Date Night. Hi, Regina. And then I sprayed it with that Dazzle Shimmering Bliss topper from Technique Junkies. And then I have the sentiment I Believe in You in the middle. This one I thought turned out really nice. And it's using it, you know, in its traditional way. Okay, that's one version. Then I made another version where I just positioned the large part of the stamp, Zen Edger it's called. It's called Zen Edges. Okay, this I stamped with Versamark at the top of my paper and then at the bottom of my paper. And then I used Midnight Dream embossing powder from Wow. Okay, and I embossed it. Then I sprayed it with Shimmering Bliss spray. I think a couple different colors of blue till I got the color that I liked. And then I just stamped I Believe in You in the middle and heat embossed it. So pretty blue. So that's for you know, the month of March, the birthstone is aquamarine. So I was going for something that was blue, monochromatic. So that one turned out really nice too. And I did use a piece of blue foil for my matte layer. Thank you, Candace. Okay, so we've got that one. Aquamarine, yeah, I'm trying to get there with that. It's a little bit lighter. It's more of a robin's egg blue, but whatever. Okay, then finally, I did something similar. So I want you to see the difference. Now this one, I used both sides of the edger. I put the smaller here at the top, the larger at the bottom. I used black embossing powder. Okay. And then the word happy birthday. And this is from last month's release, this happy birthday sentiment. And then I put some gems. So this reminds me of a peacock feather, of the tail of a peacock. This detail right here. So I just put rainbow colored gems in there. This is my favorite as far as the bright, you know me, you guys. I like bright, bold colors. I think the muted colors are just as pretty, but I gravitate towards bright and bold. And so I certainly fell in love with this one. I thought that is so cool. It looks great. But you see, it's the same stamp. I just used it in different ways. Okay. And with it being an edger, really there's limited ways that you can use it. If you wanted to, you can stamp with this, what I call the larger part here, and also the larger part down here. It could be a mirror sort of each other. But I do like the designs. You know, Zen tangling is a really popular thing right now. And so I thought that this stamp, it's just unique. It's just something different. You know, it's a different style of border. Lots of different possibilities. Thank you, everyone. I like it too. I like all three of them, but I certainly love that happy birthday one. That speaks to my cheerful heart. Thanks, Pam. I think it's gorgeous too. That's why I made so many cards with it. You know, if I make more than one card, that's sort of like a hint that I really like that stamp. Thank you, Carly. I'm not as quick as some people, that's for sure. But I get the job done. That's all that matters. Sometimes I do go fast, and that's when I make mistakes. And that's when I decide to slow down. All right. This is a unique stamp. This one is called Rain Splash. Okay. And, you know, when you first look at it, it just reminds you of any other sort of background stamp. I did stamp it out with Cove Blue ink from Catherine Pooler. Thank you, Carly. I appreciate that. So it does look like rain splashing. Bubbles could represent a lot of different things. You know, it could be like the bubbles of a champagne glass. Chow is super fast. My goodness. We're all slow crafting alongside Chow. She can have 4 cards done, and I'm just on my first one. Oh, Cynthia, you ordered this one. Okay, good. Very good. So I just decided to take a humorous with this one. We've got a snarky, sort of funny stamps from this release. It says, I love it. It says, it's called Help Me Clean. It says, why don't you come over and help me clean? We can polish off a couple bottles of wine. I thought that was super funny. So, okay, what I did was I Shimmering Bliss spray for my background, and then I stamped right on top of the, yeah, it's supposed to be raindrops, but it just reminds me of champagne bubbles for some reason, too, as well. And I stamped it with some kind of blue ink. I don't know what color I used. Probably that Cove Blue. Probably the same color I used here. But with it being a Shimmering Bliss background, it's got a lot of iridescent shine to it. Obviously, Shimmering Bliss has mica in it, so that gives it that nice shimmer, right? And real easy. I mean, I didn't do anything special with the sentiment. I just stamped it, and I just used that Oh Boy ink from Catherine Pooler and just put a little bit of ink around the edges. But I like this one. So funny. Yeah, you could put the, yeah, T. I have that Tim Holtz beer mug stamp set that I got off of you. I could stamp that. Yes. Or a fishbowl. Yes. So many great ideas. Or even a swimming pool, or I don't know, like a fountain or something, or a creek with water. There's so many things that you can do with this stamp. I didn't make a lot of cards with this stamp, but I'm planning on making a lot more for this month when I have more time to do so. So that's called Rain Splash. Yeah, hot tub. Yeah. Yeah, very nice. Good ideas, you guys. And that's it. Those are all the stamps for this month. There's not quite as many this month as there have been in previous months, but a nice variety of stamps. I just wanted to walk you through what they look like so that you can get a feel for what stamps are available and how they might pair with some of the previous release stamps. Hopefully you got some ideas and some inspiration. Yeah, an aquarium, definitely. And I certainly would appreciate it if you use my code if you do go shopping over at Technique Junkies. It's TJ10 Tracy. And let them know that you watched my video. That way I can get credit for the purchase. Obviously, if you use my code, she's gonna know it's me. But if you're only buying new stamps, which are on sale for 15% off now through March the 8th, you don't have to use any code. That's automatically applied towards your cart. So if you just mention in your comment that you watched my video, that would be awesome. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. So that's all I have for tonight. I know it was a quick live, but tonight This Is Us is on, and I promised my husband I would watch it with him. Last Tuesday, I watched it, but I fell asleep watching it. I felt so bad. I was so tired. So I really want to have my date night with my hubby tonight and watch This Is Us together. All right. By the way, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, I'm coming back on live again. And I promise to stay with you longer because the new stencils from A Colorful Life Designs are so stinking cute. And I want to walk you through all of those. And we're going to have some fun with stencils tomorrow night. So hopefully you'll be back here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time and we can hang out together again. I'd love it if you could make it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Marva. I appreciate it. I want to say thank you to Chow and Stacy and T for helping me to admin. The description box has all the links. If you can give this video a thumbs up before you leave, please, I would really appreciate it because it's a super cute video. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming on. Bye-bye. Oh, thanks, Lynn.